You know, every once in a while in sports, you see a single player put on a show that's so dominant, it just feels like you're watching history. And that's exactly the story we're going to break down today. A night where one guy, one star, just flat out refused to be denied.
I mean, that was the call from the broadcast booth. And honestly, it might be an understatement. We're talking about a performance that was just spectacular. The kind of game that defines a legacy.
All right, so to really get how special this night was, you have to understand the stage. This wasn't just some random game, oh no. This was a massive showdown in one of the toughest, most brutal conferences in all of college basketball.
So look at this matchup. On one side, you've got Iowa State, the number 6 team in the entire country. We're talking a projected number 1 seed for the big tournament, with a defense that just absolutely suffocates people. And on the other side, number 23 BYU, playing in their house, which is known for being one of the loudest arenas in the nation. Plus, they were desperate, coming off a tough loss. It was the classic unstoppable force versus an immovable object. Just perfect.
And if you follow college ball at all, you know the Marriott Center is a fortress. Seriously. The crowd is just relentless, the energy is insane, and visiting teams, well, they almost never leave with a win. The whole building was practically shaking, just waiting for something to happen. And right from the jump, the game was exactly what we all expected. A tough, gritty, physical fight. I mean, neither team was giving an inch.
You could just feel the intensity from the opening tip. BYU star Dybantsa gets a block on the very first possession. Talk about setting a tone. Then boom, a perfect lob for a 3-point play, and the crowd just goes nuts. And watch this little detail here. Iowa State's key big man, Jefferson, picks up a super early foul. That's going to matter later, for sure. BYU is sending a clear message. We are not going to be intimidated.
This quote from the broadcast, man, it just nails the first half. You see, against a defense like Iowa State's, you can't just try to create magic on every play. You have to be smart. You got to facilitate, move the ball, and when you get a chance to run, you run. The whole first half was this intense chess match, with both teams just trading punches, looking for any little crack in the armor.
But then, in the second half, that whole chess match thing, yeah, that got thrown right out the window. The game stopped being a battle and it became a coronation. Why? Because one player decided, nope, we are not losing this game.
And it all came down to this one number right here, 11. At the absolute most critical point of the game, Dybantsa either scored or assisted on 11 straight points for BYU. He just single-handedly grabbed the game by the throat and refused to let go.
Oh, this was the moment. The moment you could feel the entire building just hold its breath. A perfect, nasty shot fake gets the defender to jump, and then he rises up for this buttery smooth pull-up jumper. The announcer absolutely nailed it. That wasn't just a college kid's move. That was a pro move.
And just look at the menu. I mean, look at all the different ways he was scoring. It wasn't just one thing. He was doing everything. You have a physical crossover into a tough finish for an and one. Then a nasty step-back 3 with a hand right in his face. And then just pure heart, driving, missing the shot, but out-hustling everyone to get his own rebound and put it back in. He was a one-man wrecking crew out there. And really, that's the only way to say it. He was just unstoppable. Iowa State threw everything they had at him. They switched defenders, they sent double teams, and none of it mattered. He was in that zone, you know, the one that very few athletes ever get to feel. But this is where a great performance becomes a legendary one. Because just as Iowa State's entire defense started to panic and collapse on him, Dybantsa proved he wasn't just a scorer. He was a winner. This right here is just basketball genius. The defense is so terrified of him they send a second guy. So what's his response? He makes them pay. He whips a perfect pass to an open teammate for a 3. They double him again. So he finds another guy for another 3 and gets that guy a new career high in the process. And then the dagger. He draws the entire defense and drops a beautiful pass to a cutting teammate for a monster dunk that just blows the roof off the place. So in the end, yeah, his scoring put them in a position to win. But it was his mind, his court vision, and his trust in his teammates in the biggest moments. That's what sealed the deal. When that final buzzer finally sounded, everyone just had to take a breath and really appreciate what we all just saw. This wasn't just a great game. This was a performance for the ages. And just look at the final stat line. I mean, come on. He played all 40 minutes, did not take a second of rest. He dropped 29 points, he grabbed 10 rebounds, and he had 9 assists. He was one assist away from a triple-double. And let's not forget the context here, right? He did this against the number 6 team in the entire country, a team that is famous for shutting down the best offenses in the game. It is, without a doubt, one of the greatest individual performances we've seen all season.
You know, the announcer's final call really said it all. Sometimes you don't need a bunch of fancy words. The simplicity of it just captured the awe that everyone in that building was feeling. Just, wow.
And it just leaves you wondering, right? In a team sport that's so defined by strategy and systems, how does one person, one player, completely transcend all of it to deliver something so brilliant it'll be remembered for years and years to come?